Hi, this is Mr. Manley. This is a video on parallel and perpendicular lines. I believe you learned this in algebra and then repeat it in algebra 2. So this is a third review of this topic. Of course, parallel lines have the same slope, and perpendicular lines, the rule that we operate off of is that the slope of perpendicular line times its times the line with the original slope is equal to -1. And then we commonly refer to the slope of a line that's perpendicular having a negative reciprocal is what we are looking for. So let's just hold on to that as we look at this line here, 5x plus 3y equals -8. And what is the slope of the line parallel to this? So first of all, we need to know what the slope of this line is. A typical thing that students will do is solve for y. So if I take the 5x plus 3y equals -8, and I say 3y is equal to -5x minus 8, and then divide by 3, and I like to just divide each term by 3. I think that keeps it most clear. And then I see that the slope of my line is -5/3. So the slope of the parallel line is also 5/3. So that would be the answer here, -5/3. And then the slope of the perpendicular, well, it's as I say up here, I say here that it's the negative reciprocal. So negative reciprocal, I'm going to do the opposite sign. So it was positive, it was negative originally, so there's negative. And then, so the opposite of that is positive, and then the reciprocal of 5/3 is 3/5. And then we see if I were to multiply those as this relationship between a line and its reciprocal states, if I were to multiply -5/3 times 3/5, I'd get -1 as that states above there. So yeah, 3/5 is the perpendicular. So simple enough. Parallel, perpendicular, type of question that we'd be asked once we have this concept down is to find a line through a particular point that is perpendicular to some other line. So I'm going to begin this by finding out what's the slope of the line that I'm given. So again, I will solve for y by isolating it, and then I will divide by the -2, and y is equal to 7/2x minus 7/2. So I've got this slope of 7/2. So the slope of the perpendicular line is the negative reciprocal, so -2/7. And I'm going to go into an equation, a y equals mx plus b equation. Y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to go y equals -2/7 x plus b. And then I'm going to substitute this point for the x and y so that I can solve for b. So that'll be 2/7 times -3 plus b. So that's 2 equals 6/7 plus b. And some of you do not like fractions, but you're going to have to deal with it here. Minus 6/7 is equal to b. So I get a common denominator of 7, and that'll be 14 minus 6 is 8. So the y-intercept will be 8/7. And I combine all of this work to say that my line is y equals negative 2 over 7x, and then plus the intercept of 8 over 7. And that is the line. So the things that we, something that we would look at, again, is that the slopes definitely have to be different directions. So here I have a positive slope, and here I have a negative slope. So I definitely have to have that. And of course, we can see the reciprocal there. We might also try drawing a quick sketch. If I said the first one has a y-intercept that is negative and a positive slope, and it goes like that, and the other one has a positive and a negative slope, so it makes sense that those could be perpendicular to each other.